pace of climate change poses a genuine threat to human survival. Consequences: environmental degradation, issues such as environmental decay, food insecurity, and natural disasters require collective legislative responses and international collaboration. Parliaments, as drivers of climate action, Parliament must lead through effective climate legislation, promotion of renewable energy, and the advancement of environmental justice. Need for collective strategy, contemporary global challenges, terrorism, extremism, and climate change, humanitarian crisis cannot be addressed in isolation. They demand a comprehensive, cooperative, and inclusive global strategy. Now I come to the Islamabad communique. We, the speakers of parliaments, convened in Islamabad for the Inter-Parliamentary Speakers Conference ISC from November 10th to 12th, 2025, reaffirmed our shared commitment to foundational principles of peace, security, and inclusive development as enshrined in the Charter of United Nations and the universally recognized principles of international law. We take cognizance of ever-growing complexities in the world today. We firmly believe that parliaments here have a vital role in addressing common challenges by fostering inclusive dialogue, legislative innovation, inter-regional connectivity, and parliamentary diplomacy. Building upon ISC's foundation vision of global unity, peace, and shared prosperity, we further recognize the urgent need for collective parliamentary action to address all interconnected challenges and materializes shared opportunities for the well-being of our people. Declaration. First, reaffirming ISC and parliamentary diplomacy. Recognize the Inter-Parliamentary Speakers Conference, ISC, as a crucial platform for meaningful parliamentary dialogue and exchanges as well as capacity building of parliamentarians. Resolved to augment inter-parliamentary cooperation through MOUs, joint committees, parliamentarians, caucuses, special forums for young parliamentarians, institutionalized partnership, and promotion of mutual understanding across diverse regions and political systems. Commit to supporting the ISC as a valuable forum for dialogue and the exchange of best practices among parliaments to address complex translational issues including sustainable development, climate resilience, conflict resolutions, water, food, and health security, while amplifying the voices of emerging economies to ensure equitable representation in shaping global cooperation. Underscore the critical role of parliamentary diplomacy in bridging divides, preventing conflict, fostering people-centric development, and reinforcing multilateralism as the foundation for more just and peaceful international order. Ensuring peace through dialogue and cooperation. Emphasize that sustainable development is unattainable without enduring peace and that peace itself cannot be realized with justice, equality, and inclusive and sustainable socio-economic growth that leaves no one behind. Affirm the vital role of parliaments in upholding the principles of international law, advancing human rights, and supporting the legitimate aspiration of the people to live in security, dignity, and freedom. Endorse parliamentary initiatives that promote the peaceful resolutions of long-standing disputes, reinforce the rule of law, and prioritize dialogue over unilateralism, accord over discord, and partnership over conflicts. Promote reconciliation, mediation, and proactive parliamentary diplomacy as essential tools for building trust, bridging political and cultural divides, and de-escalating tensions. Encourage stronger parliamentary cooperation to tackle the underlying drivers of instability, such as poverty, exclusion, climate stress, and protracted regional disputes through dialogue, consensus building, and sustainable development approaches that uphold stability, equality, and mutual respect among nations. 3. Advancing equitable and sustainable development. Commit to legislation and monitoring national and regional development agendas aligned with 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, that effectively bridge social and economic inequalities. Contribute to the economic and social empowerment of vulnerable and underserved communities with a particular focus on women, youth, differently abled persons, and those in underdeveloped regions. Support inclusive and forward-looking development agendas that are climate resilient, environmentally sustainable, and driven by equitable access to innovation, technology, and digital infrastructure. Strive to close the digital divide and leverage innovation to improve public service delivery and economic inclusion. Promote national and international e-parliament platforms that enable secure real-time digital engagement with citizens and development AI governance framework grounded in principles of fairness, transparency, and accountability, ensuring that the technological advancements serves the well-being of all our people and respects fundamental rights. Prioritize international capacity building within parliaments to strengthen legislative oversight, role of parliamentary caucuses, special and standing committees in ensuring transparency, inclusion and accountability in development processes, and upholding principles of responsible, participatory, and people-centered governance. Bilateral and multilateral cooperation, inclusive international partnerships, and multi-stakeholder mediation approaches that give primacy to citizen protection and human security. Promote policies that advocate fair, equitable, adequate, and accessible climate financing in line with the principle of common but differentiated responsibility and respective capability, CBDR, RC addressing inflation and debt crisis in developing countries and ensuring that no nation is left behind in the pursuit of global resilience and progress. Promote sustained investment in education, scientific research, and innovation as critical pillars for building knowledge-based adaptive and resilient societies capable of withstanding current and future crises. Fifth, fostering regional stability, integration, emphasize the need to promote inclusive, transparent, and mutually beneficial infrastructure and connectivity initiatives that foster regional cohesion, enhance people-to-people exchanges, and contribute to collective prosperity. Encourage national parliaments to lead a crafting trust-building measures, harmonizing legal framework, and fostering interparliamentary cooperation to diffuse tensions, deepen mutual respect, and support long-term stability across regions. Reaffirm the value of parliamentary diplomacy, dialogue, and non-interference in internal affairs of state as cornerstones of peaceful coexistence and regional development. Conclusion: as we close the inaugural meeting of this August forum and adopt the historic Islamabad communique on 12th November 2025, we look toward a future where parliaments lead from front, inspiring action, building trust, deepening cooperation. We shall be guided by the enduring principles enshrined in United Nations Charter and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. We reaffirm our collective responsibility to uphold peace, advance security, and foster sustainable development to build a world what is just, inclusive, and prosperous for all. Thank you once again for your invaluable partnership in this defining